And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to our second series of the broadcast. Welcome back to our second series of the Group A of the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, we have our Brazilian Protoss player, the returning Protoss as well. Oh my god, it's been far too long. Representing Zimi's Gaming, it is Shakti. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Hellfire. It is Sefirofe. And if you're in the chat, predictions now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our second match of the broadcast of the group. Now, the way this works here, of course, is that Adez, he did claim the first series, so Adez is waiting for the winner of this one. He's waiting for the winner of Shakti and Sefirofe. Likewise, we also have Firebat waiting for the loser of this series, for the player that does get sent down, as we do move out across the map with our probes. Hello, what's going on? What are we hiding? As both probes be sent towards the left-hand side. Yeah, Sefirofe hiding his pylon. Likewise, Shakti across the map. Okay, so Shakti is just scouting across the map. Back at home, 2-gate opener at a Shakti. Sefirofe going for a single gate into Cybercore, into Proxy Stargate, it feels. Yeah, there's a Cybercore. Cybercore going to be thrown down. Just a 1-gate opener, and we have the pylon for the proxy. Now, I'm assuming proxy Stargate, technically this could be a proxy Twilight Council. True, could be a Twilight Council with DTs across the map instead. There is a potential here for something greater, for something more chaotic. But for the most part, because it's so far away, it does scream Stargate. We'll see. If it is Stargate, it should be an economic opener here out of Sefirofe, as in he should be expanding, should be taking his natural. Now, Shakti, he can produce nothing but Stalkers, move out across the map, and wreak havoc. There we go, double Stalker here from Shakti. Meanwhile, Stargate from Sefirofe. As we mentioned, his opener did scream Proxy Stargate just because of his setup, and because of the positioning of the pylon. And on the one hand, this can do a lot of economic damage. This is not an all-in, bear that in mind. Sefirofe should be expanding, should be taking a natural base. The problem here, though, is that Shakti is going to have a plethora of Stalkers, and he might just be able to walk across the map. Likewise, he's just scouting. He sees that the pylon is missing, he's scouting, he's checking, checks bottom left, and Shakti, he will find the... No, he was about to. He was about to scout, he was about to confirm, he does pull away, he does not confirm what's going on. And Stalkers are moving out. Likewise, behind this, getting a third and fourth Stalker as well. Now, if Shakti has nothing at home to defend, then he might be forced into an all-in, as he's making up even more Stalkers. 5th and 6th. Oracle is being, should be being chronoed as we speak. Is on the way. Shakti poking up the ramp. Does poke up. So far, Sefirofe holding on, holding the line. He's holding on. Nah. He's moving in. Does move in. Trying to force his way through. Oh! Barely does not get the Stalker. Oracle on his way into the main. Shakti takes a lot of hits. One Stalker is going to go down. Takes down the shield battery. Takes down the battery. Pulls away. The Oracle has yet to really come online. Shield battery is done here for Shakti. The main base is safe and sound, at least against a pulsar beam. Oh, please, another Stalker. Another Stalker does fall. But Shakti is overwhelming. He's just overwhelming. And the problem here is the production of Sefirofe. Production is lacking. But there we go. It does pull the boys. 2 more Stalkers pop out. The Sefirofe is holding on at the same time. Oracle. Oh no! Oracle to maybe his massive stasis. Stasis goes off. No economy here. Oh god. No economy for Shakti. Sefirofe overextends. He bleeds out another Stalker. Oof. Brutal loss. But Sefirofe, he's holding. He's holding on. He's got 3 gateways on the high ground. Warp gate is now done. And he does hold the line. At the same time, we do see Shakti's a 1 base, going for a 1 base all-in. One base, 4 gates all-in here from Shakti. Blink is almost done. So Shakti will have blink over his opponent. He will have more micro potential. That is true. But pushing up a ramp into Stalkers, it's not going to be easy. All Sefirofe has to do is just survive. Just survive, just defend. Oh, he moves down to the low ground. This is a little bit more dicey here. Taking a lot of damage. Oracle's into the main. Stalkers back in. Being forced back. And what Shakti's doing here, I mean, he cannot push up the ramp, right? He cannot push up, but he can contain, and he is. He's containing his opponents. We have a natural base on the way. That's all Shakti that does need. Oh. That's what he needs to pull off. Meanwhile, double Oracle into the main. Getting about 6, 7, almost up to 8 probes. Good economic damage. Shakti does take a worker loss, but he does have that natural base. That's what matters here. Shakti, sure, he's down in workers, but he can replace, he can rebuild. Sefirofe cannot. Not yet. He's still stuck on one base. There's no Twilight Council, no Blink, no Tech, no Robo either. Sefirofe, I mean, he has money. He's banking on resources. He needs to expand at least. When for a proxy Twilight Council, it's gonna get caught out. Ay. So a wasted proxy here. There's no upgrades. Sefirofe is all in. He doesn't need to be. He can expand. Does run in the Dark Shrine, so Dark Shrine on the horizon. Sefirofe does move out. You can see Shakti has a Robo on the way. Upon seeing the proxy, he knows to be ready for DTs. Yeah, and he does take the better fights. I mean, Blink is just such a massive upgrade here. So Sefirofe just can't contest against this. Stalkers are going down one after the other, and Shakti, he'll overwhelm. He'll overwhelm. Run away with this. It was close, it was intense. There were definitely some strong moments here for Sefirofe. Definitely strong moments. But he did fall behind tech-wise. Whether it was with Blink, whether it was an expansion. Stasis into the main. This time Shakti's paying attention. This time he does pull away. Shakti looking solid. Solid enough. He's rebuilt his workers. Because of the Robo, he should be having an Observer on the horizon. Observer's on the way. I'm assuming. As the Robo is done, and the Dark Shrine is finishing. Here comes the defensive Dark Templar. It is going to be revealed. Now he knows. And there's the Observer. Observer's on the way. We do have a DT warped in across the map, but it's still going to take so long to get in. Observer's already done. And this does at least keep Sefirofe alive for a couple of moments here, as detection is required. And GG gets called. GG gets called. The Observer is revealed, and with that, Shakti takes game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. Shakti does take a lead in the series, and we'll see if Sefirofe can bounce back and force the ace match. Again, it was a very intense back and forth. It was definitely very chaotic, and there were moments for both players, 100%. But unfortunately, Sefirofe did fall behind. He was outscaled by Shakti over the course of the game, and with that, Shakti snowballs into a win. GG. GG, well played. He does take the win. Does take the first game, and we'll see if Sefirofe can recover and force the ace match. We'll see if he can bounce back as we are getting ready here for game number 2. Here we go. Getting into game 2. It's going to be on Abyssal Reef. Getting into game 2 here. Game 2, of course, Abyssal Reef being another large map in the map pool. Because it's so large, there's a lot of potential here to try to get some other proxies underway. So proxy pylons, proxy robo, proxy stargate. There is a lot of proxy potential on this map, and I would not put it past our opponents, not at all. Would not put it past either one of these players. So we'll see. We'll see if even Shakti does take his hand, or does try his hand at going for an all-in. I do favor Shakti in a longer game, right? I didn't even get to speak about our players. Shakti, he at one point was the best Protoss player in all of Brazil, even in Latino America, I would say. There was a time, there was a period. But of course, Shakti retired. He retired a couple of years ago. He did step away from the game. We have been casting Shakti this year. If you've been watching Code for Giants Cup, you would know that Shakti, he has been active once again, playing earlier this year in open tournaments. I say open in Brazilian tournaments specifically, and it's been great to see him return. Shakti, at times, he's even beaten Master, by the way. Like, Shakti, he's not looking too bad. A lot of his old skill has returned, but he's not at peak condition, and he's not actively laddering either. I can say that he's not actively laddering, so Shakti, he's not at his prime, he's not at his full strength, but regardless, still playing, still enjoying StarCraft, and still looking quite strong in his own right. I would still favor him to make it out of this group in first place, but we'll see. Again, he is a little bit rusty, he's rough around the edges, so we could see some upsets. We can see players like Sefirofe and the others in the group to try to take it and try to cheese him out and catch him off guard. It is possible. It is possible here. I know. That's weird, jumping in. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner here of Abyssal Reef, we have the Brazilian Protoss player. We have the red Protoss leading the series 1-0 for Ximi's Gaming. It is Shakti. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player representing Team Hellfire. Down in the series, we'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is Sefirofe. Let's go. Let us go, as we are going to be calming things down, going to be settling in to our next game, to our next setup. Likewise, we're going to be keeping our eyes out on the probes here of our opponents, of our players. So far, so good. Of course, last game, Shakti did open up 2 gates, 2-gate opener into his own setup here, but this time we might be a little bit greedier. I mean, hey, welcome to Abyssal Reef. This is a larger map. This is a more defendable map. We could see more economic openers, but no, never mind. 2-gate opener out of Shakti. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of Sefirofe. This time, no proxy. This time, no cheese yet. Not yet, baby, not yet. So now we are setting up. So now we are setting up. Likewise, double adept opening here by Sefirofe. Does open double adept. So far, pretty standard setup here. We have double adept up against Stalker Sentry. Stalker Sentry, of course, being something more standard, does actually cancel the Stalker. Okay. Shakti being a little bit greedier here by canceling the Stalker. He can afford a faster Nexus, so we do have a greedier build here from Shakti. Meanwhile, the pressure is not going to be on Sefirofe to get some counter damage done. But as a reminder, we're loading into a larger map, longer rush distance by ground. It is more difficult to get some counter damage done from the side of Sefirofe. It is more difficult. So it does move out. Likewise, Proxy Pylon has been thrown down. Does set up his proxy. We are setting up for what looks to be a one base all in. We have the hallucinated void ray. Let's go. It's it's weird because it's a later scout because it's just slower than an oracle or slower than a phoenix. I appreciate that Sefirofe, he's having fun with it as well. Oh no, the misclick. Oh no. I said before that Shakti, he is no. True. Time to tap out. This void race coming at you. I did mention now Shakti, he is a little bit out of practice. Meanwhile, double adept into the main. Probe's good at being one shot. He gets one, he gets two, he gets three. Not bad. 3 probe kills. Meanwhile, the proxy is upon us, going for a proxy gateway. Okay, so not a robo, not a Stargate. Actually, we have another DT opener out of Sefirofe. Okay, Twilight Council into Dark Shrine is going for a delayed expansion, but rushing into DTs. Now, unfortunately for Sefirofe, Shakti does throw in the robo. Checking his vision, he did see the Twilight Council, so he already had a piece of the puzzle. Observers on the way. And DTs will not end the game. They can, if there wasn't a robo. If there wasn't a robo, if there wasn't a defensive setup here. But the Observer has arrived, as Shakti is still enjoying a greater economy, so Shakti is still up in workers, up in economy. He's safe here at the ramp. And it's still on Sefirofe to recover. Shakti is scouting. Moving out once again. Now the Dark Shrine is not proxied, so this scout should confirm what's going on. This time a Phoenix, not a Void Ray. And he sees. Yeah, he does see. Also gets eyes on researching Blink. Now he knows to calm down, to set up here on the high ground, and Shakti is safe. He's going to be safe and sound. Siema, pam, siema. Sefirofe is building up. He's massing up his army. Again, he doesn't really have any potential to go in yet, but the thing here is that DTs, they can still get damage over time. Even though they've been scouted, even if there's a cannon position, if Shakti moves out, if he's active and aggressive, then Sefirofe can always move in and can still get some damage done. Likewise, Forge on the way for +1, still staying on 3 gateways. Sefirofe should expand. He's getting ready here for his 3rd. Likewise, Shakti already has his own. Third base is already up. Sorry, just responding in the chat. Why Steve is schedule, huh? Nah, we always cast StarCraft. What do you mean? What do you mean, Pappy? What do you mean? As DT does get into the main. So far slips in is going to be dealt with. Again, there's plenty of detection. We have another DT waddling in as well. Now, the problem here, as I was mentioning, is that ideally you want to wait for Shakti to be aggressive or for a distraction to be occurring. DT waddles in, gets a couple of probe kills, but there's nothing else keeping Shakti's attention elsewhere. So he's able to deal with the DTs one at a time. The main army pulls away. DTs, I would say they're a little bit wasted here. Again, you want to send them out as Shakti pushes or as the main army of Sefirofe moves in. One or the other. But yes, we were live at this time last week with HSL, with the Hispanic StarCraft League, and with the Firegrow Cup as well, the week before that. Whether it's Firegrow Cup, HSL, Hatchery Cup, Brazilian circuits, doesn't matter, Pappy. We just cast StarCraft. That's what we do. That's what we do. That's who we be. As Shakti does move out, he's pushing into 2 shield barriers and the cannons that will slow him down, but he has 2 immortals with his army. Just massive backbone here, 2-set army as well. Focusing on the stalkers as he moves out. Now the DTs move in. This is the moment. This is his time. But can he hold? Can he survive? As DTs are wreaking havoc, they get 11 probe kills across the map. As we mentioned, like, this is when you want to strike with those Templar. They get some good damage done. But alas, back at home, Sefirofe is still struggling. It's still struggling. Immortals, they start to step forward despite all the cannons, despite all the shield batteries. Can Sefirofe hold on? He can. He's holding. The cannons, the charge lots. Sefirofe, he ties up the worker count. He does even things up. Takes down one of the immortals. Just needs a couple of reinforcements. Yeah, defensive DTs. He holds. Sefirofe does hold. Going for the prism. Prism is going to fall. The immortal as well. Massive pickup. No detection here to work with. No observers. Zealots, they charge in, but that's what the DTs are for. I mean, ideally. Yeah, shutting down those zealots. Sefirofe is holding on. Shakti plummets in supply. Does plummet. There are now 2 observers on the map. Sefirofe breaks out. Breaks out, catches reinforcements. Sefirofe now going for a counterattack. Shakti, he's in trouble. Oh no. No shot. Shakti is hurting. Does have the high ground. Does have the high ground at least. Likewise moving forward. Small soldiers, they work their way into the bases. Likewise catching up the Archon, more charge also whirling in. And GG gets called. Wow, Shakti snowballs out of control. Shakti, he just lost far too much, and Sefirofe ties up the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew, GG. We are going all the way. We're going the distance here, all the way to game 3, and we'll see how this story unfolds. We'll see if Shakti can bring it back or if Sefirofe can take the series. Let's go. Against Sefirofe, he is definitely a player that can take it to Shakti clearly, but he is the underdog, like 100%. Sefirofe is more of an amateur player, so for him to take Shakti to the ace match is a very impressive feat already. And we'll see if we can go the distance. Like, again, he's down like what, 2,000 MMR. Like, let's go. Can he go all the way? I want to believe. I want to believe. Here we go. As game 3 is going to be on Amygdala. We're getting into Amygdala here for that third game, for the ace match. And again, clearly this can go either way. Now, we have seen Dark Templar every game so far from Sefirofe. We have seen DTs come into play time and time again. Do they happen again in game 3? Most likely. Probably. Now, Shakti, I'm sure, is aware, and it will benefit Shakti, I'll be honest, if he just plays defensive. Like, coming into this, if he just plays more defensively, chills out back at home, we'll see. The pressure is on. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Amygdala, we have our Brazilian Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Hellfire. It is Sefirofe. Tying up the series, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player representing Eximius Gaming. It is Shakti. go. As we do calm things down and settle into our game. So far, we do have our openers on the way. Once again, we have actually a probe being sent out here from our players. We'll see if any player does deviate from the regular path. So far, just scouting. Yeah, just scouting across the map, nothing crazy. No proxies yet. Just moving out. 2-gate opener out of Shakti, 2-gate opener out of Sefirofe. Both players, they should be scouting for their second pylons. They should be looking to make sure that there is no missing pylon or proxy across the map. And we can see that there isn't, but both players, they still have to confirm that. Especially Shakti. Like, I'm sure that there's a lot of pressure on him. Just because of how shaky, how chaotic the series has been. How aggressive and cheesy Sefirofe has played. There's a second pylon for the blue Protoss. And also from our red Protoss as well. So, no proxies. Both players do confirm this. Up next, both players have to confirm the location of the third pylon as well. As the third pylon can also be used for a proxy alongside this. It is going to be a double Stalker opener here out of Sefirofe. Double Stalker, meanwhile Stalker Sentry out of Shakti. Now, last time Shakti did cancel the Stalker to throw down a faster expansion. And he's doing it again. Yeah, he does it again, does cancel, does expand. As a result, Sefirofe will have the Stalker lead. And if he rushes across the map, he can potentially punish his opponent. Speaking of, here comes a proxy. Let's go. Let's go. The probe does get found. Sefirofe rallies across the map. Or at least he should. For now, he's staying back at home, making an extra wave of Stalkers. The pylon is done. Show us the gateway. Shakti with the hallucination Zealot. And I think that was a misclick. Did he misclick again? He did. He's going for the hallucination Phoenix, which makes more sense. Here comes a proxy. Proxy 2-gate. It's going to be a 1-base 4-gate all in. No blink, no Twilight Council, nothing fancy here. Just straight up vanilla Stalkers. Now, the hallucination does confirm that the tech is missing, that there's nothing in the main. There's only 2 gateways. This doesn't make any sense. There should be an expansion. There should be something. The hallucination is running out. We can see we're getting ready back at home. Applying shield battery. 2 shield batteries on the way. Hallucination rallies out, and the hallucination will confirm the proxy. Okay, now he knows. So Shakti is fully aware. Getting a backup pylon. Sefirofe rallies across the map. Shakti, he knows that there is no blink. He knows it's just pure Stalker. Sefirofe, he moves in. Does move in. Takes down the pylon. Alas, there's a backup pylon already on the way. He has just such an overwhelming Stalker army. The Immortal has arrived though. Oh, nice force field. Locking down 1, locking down 2. And even a sentry. 2 soldiers in the sentry, not bad. Likewise, forcing back Sefirofe. More reinforcements have arrived, and can he get on top of the Immortal? Not quite. Yeah, the Immortal just doing so much damage in the back line. I say that, takes some hull damage though. And the longer this goes on, the better it is for Shakti. He's now got a second Immortal on the way. And there's just no answer. Yeah, there's no answer to this. GG gets called. The Immortals are built up over time, and Shakti, he will hold, he will defend. And Sefirofe, he will run out of steam. He will tap out. GG. GG, well played. Shakti, he will claim the series, and my condolences to Sefirofe. Again, he had a chaotic and crazy style this series, and hey, shout out to Sefirofe, he did force the ace match, but alas, doesn't quite break through, doesn't quite, again, he got scouted, so alas, Shakti, he responded with a robo, responded with Immortals, exactly what he needed, and even with 1 Immortal, he was holding. He was holding a second Immortal was on the horizon, and with that, we have our next round of matches here. We have our next set of matches. It's going to be the winners match and the elimination match. It's going to be Shakti versus Ares and Sefirofe versus Firebat. Let's go.